Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Typical hot day here in California. We're going to be covering how to hook up a gauge set as well as conducting a performance test on the AC system. Hooking up the gauge set is pretty much the most basic yet the most vital information we can use on the air conditioning system. But before we do these, we got to make sure we do a visual inspection, checking engine oil, engine coolant, checking if the battery has corrosion, as well as blowing out the condenser, because that could get dirty. So how to hook up a gauge set. Here we have our typical R12 R134A gauge set. Now they have the same principle, with blue being the low side, red being the high side. Step one, we got to make sure that both of these valves are in closed position. Step two, we got to locate this low side port, which is typically headed to your TXV, your evaporator. It's going to be, the biggest cue is going to be that it's going to be the bigger hose. So the smaller hose, the high side, is going to be around your receiver dryer and your condenser. Alright, so step 2, step 3, step 4, when we hook them on, sometimes they have adjustments to open and close them before you put them on. Then when they're on, both ports, open them up, gives us this pressure. Now step 4, we're going to have to purge the lines, because there could be moisture and air prior to hooking it up inside of these 3 lines. Alright, so after purging, we want to immediately read both readings. Low, high, which in this point is going to be pretty much symmetrical, and the ambient temperature. That's pretty much how you hook up a gauge set. Now, how to conduct a performance test. Before we begin this, we got to make sure we have the materials. Row draft fan, thermometer, it could be a vent thermometer or infrared indirect thermometer, or you can have both. And of course, your gauge set. So, step 1, material. Step 2, hooking this up just how I explained it. Step 3, we're going to turn on the engine to about 2,000 revolutions per minute. We're going to, for some odd reason, people don't turn on their AC. So, turn on your damn AC when you do this. Turn on the recirculation button. For those who don't have it, it's going to be that max AC button. Have the highest blower motor speed. Have the lowest, coolest temperature you can have. And I'm just throwing a lot to you. Turn on the row draft fan, as well as having the thermometer recording in the most inner ventilation in the cabin. Alright. So, if you did all that, you're going to record these numbers. Now, the magic numbers we want is 25 to 45 on the low side, 175 to 200, well, 175 minimum on the high side. Now, if these numbers are close on your vehicle, and you're reading about 50 to 55, maybe 60 in your AC system, then you pretty much just need a simple charge. You have refrigerant and gas going, probably not a leak. Your temperature is cold, it could be colder, then it's just a simple charge, alright? And remember that this gauge set that pretty much records pressure is the gauge set that records temperature. And that's it.